Well, good morning, everybody. This is dear Mama Sal on a beautiful Monday morning. It's 16 degrees here in British Columbia, southern British Columbia, which of course is 60. I don't know why I know the answer. It's 60 in American. In other words, it's warming up very nicely early in the morning. People are out walking their dogs early so that they don't have to deal with what we consider to be hot temperatures, which of course for a lot of you is definitely not hot temperatures. But you know, what we love about living in British Columbia is the fact that everything, especially southern British Columbia, everything is in moderation. Not too hot, not too cold. And we like it that way. All right, a great weekend. I love the Monday morning wrap-ups because we have things to catch up on and let you know about. Well, the first thing is we hit another major milestone this weekend. I hate it when my hair gets in my ears. You know what I mean? I don't know if any of you relate to that. It gets itchy. Anyway, we hit another major milestone, which was 400,000 views. Yay! And I was thinking how patient one needs to be to reach that figure. And when I say patient, you know, there is no doubt in my mind, having done this for nearly 3 years now, that patience is perhaps the biggest, patience and discipline, I guess, would be two qualities that you really need if you want to be a YouTuber. Because, especially today, because things happen slowly, but they do happen. And the amazing thing to me is that keep taking these baby steps forward. Now the big question mark is, will going to VidCon be a baby step or a giant leap? And also, what will the aftermath of that be? Now the reason I say that is that obviously each time I do anything with Benji and Judy that you guys know about, I will get an influx of views and subscribers. And then, as I've probably mentioned a number of times, I then have to watch the sorting out process, because obviously all those people who subscribe don't stay. And that's life. And so then you have to sort of have a really thick skin as you realize, okay, people are drifting back to their old sort of channels and so forth. So it's because whatever. But you know, that doesn't mean that we're not doing the right things. What it means is that it's the wrong age group, the wrong mentality, whatever. And one of the wonderful things I think about YouTube is there's a place here for everybody. And that, I think, is such a great example of life. So the fact that we've managed to hit 400,000 views is in itself amazing, and I'm so appreciative. But you know, you only get that far through a lot of patience and hard work. And I keep saying that I only wish that some of the people who are haters and so forth, understood that in a real way. Because I'm pretty sure they would change their strategy if they realized that they probably didn't have, or maybe that is the whole thing, they don't have the character to do what needs to be done. So, wonderful news. And, of course, as fast as you hit a goal, where's the next one? And I guess that's the other thing that I really wanted to talk about today, which is, you can start having a big goal. In other words, you can start saying, okay, fine, I want to have 1 million views. Well, when you're a beginner, you sort of go, yeah, of course that's what I'd like to have. But quite honestly, if you judge your worth on 1 million views right at the beginning, I'd like to suggest that is almost stupid. It's not realistic at all. And one of the things I say to anybody who's starting up, and I hasten to add that I'm still in the beginners league here, but to anybody who's really just starting up is, boy, be patient. Be grateful for every view you get and just keep going. I always remember Benji saying that to me, which is just don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you do and see where it all lands you, which is very good. It was very good advice, because I don't think I ever would have cooked. On video. So the main thing is, if you're starting any big goal, it's okay to have the big vision. And I can sit here now and go, well, do I think that 500,000 views is very possible now that I've got to the point where we're all at 400,000? Yes. Obviously that makes 500,000 very doable. And quite surprising when we only hit 250,000 less than a year ago. So that gets very exciting. Do I think we could do it, for example, by the end of the year? I think it's possible. But I wouldn't have thought that possible a year ago. Why? It took 2 years to get to 250,000. Make sense? But the fact it only took less than a year to get us up to 400,000, yep, I think it's possible. Now, will it be a push? Yeah, absolutely. But will I have failed or will any of us have failed? If we don't get it there by the end of the year? No, just the next goal now. Actually, my next goal is 425. In my mind, I go up in 25,000 slots. Just like, okay, that one's gone, here we go. Now we're going for 425. And because I think that's doable, and it keeps me trying to do things that make that possible. And really, it's the old story of baby steps, right? You're taking baby steps in the right direction. And so I look at it, and this weekend, Leah hit 18,000 views. I'm pretty sure that that's been a very long, hard 18,000. And I know Leah well enough to know that she has, taken that step by step, very patiently. So way to go, Leah. I'm very proud of you. Because when I say I'm very proud of you, that probably doesn't mean a damn thing in your world, but what I'm saying is I know what it takes to get to 18,000. And so big applause. And for those of you who are just going for your first 5,000, right, it probably is more difficult than you think and than you thought. But that doesn't mean it's not doable. It is doable. So well done. So as we go on our way to 425 and hopefully 500,000, do you understand that as long as I can now look at 425 up to 500,000 with much more ease, it now makes 1,000,000 possible. And I almost smile when I say that, because a year ago I wouldn't have necessarily thought that we'd be talking about that at this stage. And for those of you who know me well, you know that I have charted this and graphed it and done my math on this non-stop since the beginning, and loved it. It's been part of actually my enjoyment. I wrote a special program for myself that charts everything that we do in terms of views and subscriptions and how Facebook's going and Twitter and all the rest of it. And it really keeps me interested. It's amazing. So I look at it and go, this isn't just an achievement of Dear Mama Sal. It's an achievement of everybody involved with Dear Mama Sal. So I'm hoping all of you who listen to the vlogs and all of you who are part of the network, that you can smile and go, hey, we did this. And I want to make sure that you remember just how many people we've helped along the way. Because really, that is the important part of this. And I find it quite interesting as I watch new viewers coming on, how many of them are going back to some of the original vlogs. And the reason I know that is because they're commenting on them. And somebody made a comment on one of the vlogs this weekend, and I'm going, what? I did that over a year ago. But you know, it's still relevant. And therefore, they're still watching it. Awesome. Well, that was the first thing. We hit 400,000. It was Father's Day, and it was interesting, the mixed emotions from people on Father's Day. For those people lucky enough to have a father in their life and value them, it was a great day for a lot of people. Then there was another group of people who had great fathers in their life and missed them because they're no longer in their lives, and it was a moment of sadness, and for some more than a moment. Seriously more. And then for others, they had a father, but maybe that father wasn't the best at being a father, and they needed to come to grips with that. And so I always find that these sort of holidays or celebration days have mixed reactions for people. Valentine's Day is a wonderful day if you happen to be in love. It's a wickedly hurtful day if you've just lost the love of your life through whatever reason. And it's a very difficult day if you're a true dyed-in-the-heart romantic with nobody in your life. So the trick is not to let any of these things, if you can, affect you too much. It's when we get this emotional attachment to it that we get the pain from it. And I think if I have learned anything over the years, although I'm not perfect, I've learned anything over the years, it's how to detach a bit emotionally. Now, it doesn't work perfectly. For example, I tripped a breaker in the house this weekend. And when I went down to the fuse box, the breaker hadn't switched over. So this is like, I don't understand that. I know that we tripped a breaker, but the breaker hasn't clicked over. Don't get it. It took me about 3 hours to realize that it hadn't clicked over, but it had just slightly clicked off. But it looked like it hadn't clicked the breaker at all. Very interesting stuff. But in the meantime, of course, I'm going, what happened? What happened? I don't understand. And you know, I don't like it when I don't understand. Some of you probably relate to that. As long as I've got a logic around it, I'm okay. But when I can't put any logic behind it, that really frustrates me. And then, as a lot of you know, I did a huge job this weekend, and it's called Clean Up My Bedroom. This part is dedicated to Manon. Manon, I have definitely got some tips for you. My number one goal this weekend was to get everything off the floor and everything that I could see that didn't belong in my bedroom, and I put them in different containers. And I sorted as I went, but I just literally, this is stuff that goes to the kitchen, this is stuff that goes, you'll be amazed the things I had from my kitchen. You know, the odd top of a Tupperware type thing, or, you know, going, how did that get in here? You know, amazing stuff. Now, part of that reason is, of course, because I do eat in my bedroom. Sometimes. Quite a bit. Sometimes. So, especially when I was watching the Canadians beat the Swiss at the women's football. Yay, go Canada. So, it's been an incredible experience, Manon. I spent a lot of hours. I spent probably 4.5 hours, I think, just on the cleanup. And even then, I didn't chat to the bunnies under my bed. I've still got to get to that part. I just took the visual areas and tried to purge as much as I could. And I literally didn't worry about putting it all away. I wanted it off the countertop, you know, off the tops and away. Now, I still didn't get all around the room in 4.5 hours. That's the scary part. I have got a lot of decluttering to do in my bedroom, and it could take me all year. And so, but what I did is I put it into, as I said, little, I've got those cubies. And one cubie was stuff that belongs in the kitchen. Another cubie was stuff that belongs in another room. Some of it was really, you need to decide whether you're going to hang on to this or not. And then I sorted out all the papers. That took a lot of, you'd be amazed how many bits of paper I seem to collect. And I sorted out all those bits of paper, and I had them in 2 stacks. Pay the bills and Dear Mama Sal stuff that I want to hang on to, which means I need to put it in a binder. And then I swept, I put, I didn't shampoo the carpet, but I covered it with baking soda and really vacuumed it well. But I need to take that carpet out and shampoo it. It's summer, it's a good time to do it. And I will do that. But in the meantime, I just wanted to freshen it up, so the baking soda works really well. When I was sweeping up the floor, I was amazed at what was on my floor. And I was thinking how glad I am I don't have carpets anymore, because at least having laminate floors makes it easier to clean. You know, because you just need to sweep it and then wash it. But it was amazing. the stuff I found down there. Really, quite a bit of money. I'm richer than I was at the beginning of the weekend, which is one good reason to do this. But the other thing was, I really found that the more I did, the more I wanted to do. Now that's surprising, Manon. Just want to let you know that. That surprised me. In other words, it didn't stop after 4.5 hours. I kept just putting one more thing away or whatever. And now during the week, the trick is to take those cubies that I've got stuff in, and they're not full. They're sort of different things and different things, and just work my way through clearing those cubies out and away. And then next weekend, I would like to tackle the dust bunnies. Now, it's not the regular dust bunnies under my bed. I've got a bed that's difficult to get under because I have one of those beds that does all sorts of wonderful things. If you know what I mean. Your legs come up, you can sit up, you can do... And I really do love it for that. So that it's the stuff that actually works its way under the mechanism of the bed that's difficult to get to, because basically you need to pull the bed right away from where it is, and that's not easy to do on my own because I don't have the strongest back in the world. Well, I'm at work, so I better stop this conversation. So everybody, have a great day. Look after one another, as I know you will. And for all of you, thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Big hugs. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.